The most pressing issue that clients in the Alanya real estate market are considering right now is residency and citizenship. If you're thinking about obtaining a residence permit by purchasing real estate for up to $200,000 for 2 years with further unconditional renewal, then by investing more than $200,000, we are certainly considering obtaining a passport of the Republic of Turkey. In both cases, we are ready to assist you with our expert opinion and, of course, with our offers. These offers can include our projects already completed, Midpoint Alanya in the center near Cleopatra Beach. And the second is the Symphony Garden offer, an upper bypass with full hotel-type infrastructure. Let's take a closer look at each of these projects to understand what you can expect, what potential income you might receive when purchasing real estate. For example, if we rent out these apartments, which we certainly do, Midpoint Cleopatra, a property located 700 meters from the first Cleopatra beaches. From the first, this means from the most prime location in Alanya, which everyone aims for when they come here. There is also the lift to the Alanya mountain, to the Alanya fortress. Restaurants, tennis courts, children's playgrounds are located beyond the road. That is, there is no D400 road that you need to cross when you want to reach our very own Alanya city beach. This is the first point. The second point, in this particular case, we are convinced that the location is absolute. And probably to find something better in Alanya, it would be to buy a villa somewhere in the mountains, in Tepe or Bektas. Midpoint Cleopatra offers a ready-made residence with its own infrastructure. The territory includes a swimming pool, a gym, billiards, table tennis, 2 elevators, and 2 staircases. Of course, there's a spa center, right? Why am I telling you this? These details are necessary for you to understand the purpose of this residence's construction. The residence was built so that the apartments purchased by future investors could be rented out short-term. In our management plan, there is already a clause stating that initially, by purchasing this property in this complex, you agree to short-term rentals. Then there's a meeting where, of course, everyone must make a positive decision, and you start receiving income. What kind of income can you expect in the center of Alanya? In the very location as I am telling you about now, with the very infrastructure I have just informed you about. Let's discuss this specifically in terms of the season and off-season, as the seasonality is an important factor that influences the various costs of short-term rentals. Short-term rental is a lease agreement concluded for a period of less than 100 days according to Turkish legislation. This is daily rental in the traditional sense that we were accustomed to before the law distinguishing between short-term and long-term rentals was enacted. The off-season in Alanya is generally considered to be the period from November 1st to April 1st. That is, it turns out to be 6 months of the year. You expect this to be the low season. And from April 1st to November 1st, this will be the period when you will receive those crucial earnings that any investor making money from daily rentals receives. During the off-season, the Midpoint Cleopatra 1.1 apartment will be rented out at a price starting from 40 euros per day, and the 2.1 apartment will be rented out at a price of 60 euros per day. What happens during the season? We have almost $60 per day. What happens during the season? During the season, you can expect around 80 euros per day for the 1.1 apartment and 150 euros per day for the 2.1 apartment. We are currently talking about the average apartment options in the Midpoint Cleopatra project, as there is also a duplex with a view, for example, the 2.1, for which naturally the rates will be higher. Hotel prices are currently very steep, and many people choose, let's say, to stay for a longer period in the prime location of Alanya, to choose what they want to eat, where they want to go, and how to entertain themselves while living in an apartment of this type. The presence of a smart home system. By observing with your phone, you can understand how much water is consumed, how much electricity is used in your apartment, what is operating in the apartment, which climate control systems are working, and whether the underfloor heating is on. In other words, you can manage all of this remotely. You can watch, you can control. In addition to everything else, we provide already installed electric shutters with remote control as a gift. Therefore, at any time, you can open or close them, ventilate, so to speak. And if the apartment is not ventilated, a greenhouse effect is created inside the apartment. What does the greenhouse effect lead to? To the formation of humidity and subsequently mold. To avoid this, you can control your shutters yourself, opening and closing them, thus ventilating the room on your own, and in air conditioners. Why did we install air conditioners? Because it seemed to us to be an easier way to address the installation of a smart home system. Therefore, air conditioners are also part of this system, and they are already installed and located in every room. At the current moment, Midpoint Leopard, since it is already 95% complete, we have already received the technical passport. At the current moment, we are commissioning the infrastructure. That is, we are currently working on the last category, which is the Spy Center. At the current moment, if you purchase an apartment where both the cadastral value and the expert valuation exceed $200,000, accordingly, you have grounds to believe that you will be granted a 2-year residence permit based on the real estate purchase. If you have been here for more than 5 years, you can apply for citizenship based on permanent residency in Turkey. For details on obtaining citizenship in principle through an investment of $400,000 plus at Midpoint. For questions regarding obtaining a residence permit, you can always contact me. I will help you with this issue and provide consultation absolutely free of charge. Broaden your perspective. No one obliges you to buy, but if you're considering Turkey as your potential place of residence or a potential place for earning, then you can certainly just keep my opinion in mind. Now I want to talk about our project, Symphony Garden, which is very different from the concept of all our previous construction projects. Symphony Garden is a large project with extensive infrastructure and a large area. There are 175 apartments, and under each of the 4 blocks, there is some type of activity or infrastructure facility of the complex, which includes at least 2 large swimming pools, a pool bar, a large number of sun loungers, various relaxation areas, a green garden, a multi-purpose building, parking, a water park, and so on and so forth. We will have a shuttle service to the sea as the complex is not close to the sea. This is the Cheplakli area, which allowed us with its territory, let's say, to expand. Such a large-scale project. At the moment, Symphony Garden is in the process of forming the infrastructure of the complex and completing the interior finishing of blocks C and D. We plan to complete the construction of Symphony Garden in June 2025. Regarding migration aspects, I can note the following. When purchasing Budget 2+1 duplex penthouse apartment, you receive a residence permit. Symphony Garden is also a project that can provide you with Turkish citizenship with a certain set of apartments, which is discussed individually. Depending on the client's wishes, we can provide a package to discuss the final price. It's one thing for this to happen, you need to understand that. And it's a completely different matter for an investor who is purchasing several apartments to whom we certainly want to provide discounts, and these discounts are not 1,000 or 2,000 euros. You can expect good Turkish bargaining at the negotiation table. The most important parameter probably was the size of the apartments themselves. The net area of a 1+1 in the Symphony Garden project is square meters. You can come and measure it yourself. And if we continue talking about, let's say, the modern construction standard of 2+1, we designed Symphony Garden as follows. 2+1 as a rule are corner apartments. What does a corner apartment allow us? It allows us to create a wide balcony from the living room. The living room itself is 24 square meters of pure space. Each in the bedrooms is 12 square meters. Certainly, it's worth noting that we have 2 bathrooms. One is the master bedroom. And the second, let's say, is the one that serves the living room and the second bedroom. In 2+1, there are 2 balconies. One is in the master bedroom and the other is from the living room. Therefore, everyone has their own access to the balcony. The pure area of a 2+1 in Symphony Garden is 88 square meters. Therefore, you can always assess the difference with what is currently being built. Just write to us. We can already show you the apartments that are ready. Both A and B blocks are absolutely ready at the current time. You can see how your apartment will look in its final form. Dear friends, for details on purchasing apartments in Symphony Garden, for details on obtaining a residence permit, citizenship through the Symphony Garden project, or in a mixed form, you can form a package for citizenship in Symphony Garden plus Midpoint Alanya. We can discuss all of this, discuss final prices depending on the payment plan you propose. We are open to discussions. And we are always with you. I am Nadezhda and the company Plus Investment Alanya. See you soon.